Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the English News from Djibouti channels. Let's begin with the headlines. Our titles are: Djibouti celebrated yesterday the International Women's Day. Following the other country in the world, the Republic of Djibouti celebrated yesterday, Tuesday, at the headquarters of the National Union of Djiboutians, the International Women's Day, organized by the Minister of Women and Family, the National Union of Djiboutian Women, under the high patronage of President of the Republic's Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, organized jointly by the Ministry of Women and Family, the National Union of Djiboutians, UNF Day. This year's theme is under equality today for a better future. This year's theme, gender equality, yesterday for a better future. The event was also participated by the First Lady, President of the UNFD, Mrs. Khadra Mahmoud Haid, but also the Prime Minister, Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, and member of the government, parliamentarians, senior, and many other personalities.
hooyoy macaan hajiro wiilka hajiro hagaabin hooyoy macaan horta mahadilahabaane martabiyo munawina mustafa rasuulka horta mahadilahabaane martabiyo munawina mustafa rasuulka
maskax iyo garaad miigan
madaxweynaheena leh
iyo himila meel dheera
madaxweynaheena leh
maskax iyo garaad miigan
madaxweynaheena leh
iyo himila meel dheera
madaxweynaheena leh
madaxweynaheena leh maantana munaasibadan oo wada mashxaradayo ee madasha loo joogo marsiyo sideedeeda maamuusa haweenka mudan maantana munaasibadan oo wada mashxaradayo ee madasha loo joogo marsiyo sideedeeda maamuusa haweenka mudan
Following the example of the countries of the world, the Republic of Djibouti celebrates today, March 8, the International Women's Day under the high patronage of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh. As you can see here, we are at the UNF Day, organized jointly by the Ministry of Women and Family and the National Union of Djiboutian Women. This day is an opportunity to take stock of past achievements and to look at the prospects of the future and the opportunities that await future generations of women. The International Women's Day will be an opportunity to follow up on the progress made in terms of women's rights for their full participation in the life of humanity, but also to raise awareness among the most vulnerable social strata in order to encourage their support and involvement in various activities. Dini Musa, UNFD, RTD.
The Secretary General of the UNFD has congratulated the head of state for his rule for this Women's Day. She emphasized the commitment for all he done during his political event. The representative of the international organizations and all part she welcomed during her speech. The Minister of Women and Family, Her Excellency Mrs. Muna, reaffirmed the will of the Djiboutian government to promote gender equality and women's empowerment. The President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, and the First Lady, Mrs. Khadra Mahmoud, gives a particular attention to Women's Day and their right, especially promotions of gender equality and women's empowerment this day, among other things, to enable evaluate the commitment and the work done by the Republic of Djibouti for this Women's Day, an opportunity to follow up on the progress made in terms of women equality, to have her full right and to participate fully in the progress and the development of Djibouti. but also to raise awareness among the most social participating to say that the government of Djibouti do the main role to make the woman's an active person and in the development of the Republic of Djibouti. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, made a speech where he first of all congratulated for all women in international, especially in national, for their day.
الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Chaque année, c'est un immense plaisir de célébrer avec l'ensemble de nos concitoyennes.
Every year, it is a great privilege to celebrate this day dedicated to women with all our fellow citizens. 8 March is a day to recognize and celebrate the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women and girls worldwide. It is also an opportunity to raise awareness of the progress made in achieving gender equality and the work that remains to be done in this regard. On the occasion of International Women's Rights Day, it is important to recall that Djibouti is taking its full part in this more than 90-year-old celebration of the struggle for women's rights, to highlight the struggle of all those who have made audible the suffering and injustice done to women and have made their inaction heard and their refusal to see gender-based discrimination perpetrated. In Djibouti, we have eminent figures in the struggle for the place of women in our nation who have fought battles that went beyond their own histories. They wanted to bring the life to the value of equality, which is at the heart of our republic. They wanted this equality to be real, concrete, and effective for all the children of our republic, girls and boys. They were right to raise the issue of women's rights to the highest level of the state, even after our independence. This first approach was dictated by necessity, that of building as quickly as possible a nation on its feet, strong of a balance constituted by the men and women who compose it. Their faces remain for us forever those of commitment, and we continue and will continue to lead this fight. In their names and in the names of all those who everywhere else remains victim of inequalities and injustices. To ensure that there is no turning back, to protect our society and future generations, my government and I wanted to protect the achievements of our mothers and daughters through the principles and force of the law. We have enriched their rights in all the laws and legal instruments of our country. We have enriched equal rights and equal opportunities for our daughters so that they have the same opportunities to choose and to become. We have made education the pillar of the conquest of social and economic rights for women. We are convinced that education is the best way for our girls to claim their rights and obtain better economic opportunities. This is the purpose of the public policies undertaking in favor of girls' education over the last 2 decades. Indeed, we have proceeded to a broadening of education in order to allow all the components of our society access to education. But we have not stopped there, since today our country can congratulate itself for having built schools in the most remote areas of our territory, with the aim of educating young girls from rural areas in the same way as those from the city. Literacy programs have accompanied this inclusive approach, which aims to educate not only our girls but also our women, who were once deprived of this fundamental right to education. The government has also been keen to promote programs in the area of health by making women aware of their right to access health care and the benefits of family planning for mothers and children. In addition, efforts have been made to provide access to universal health insurance, which gives the most disadvantaged access to care. The government's primary objective is not to exclude any woman from their right to social protection.
De plus, des efforts ont été apportés concernant l'accès à.
For the second part of his speech, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, emphasized that the role of women to develop our country is a major role.
La place de la femme a été réaffirmée dans le Code de la famille, basé sur le socle.
The place of women have been reaffirmed in the family code, which is based on the values of solidarity among its members, since women are first and foremost the cement of the family and, as such, ensure the link between generations. Moreover, Djibouti women are active in economic sectors such as trade, administration, and business, both by demonstrating their competence at all levels of the hierarchy and their efficiency in small jobs, which are part of the economic fabric of our society. They occupy important and strategic positions in society. They enter politics. They are an integral part of our defense forces. They are decision makers. They are actors in their own successes and are the pride of their families, their commitments, and the nation as a whole. As a whole. On the eve of our 45th anniversary, we look back with pride at how far we have come in raising the stature of Djibouti women in our society. Today, we can be proud of how far we have come, and we are reaping the benefits of the various policies put in place to enable women to play a role commensurate with their contribution to Djibouti society. Everything is never done, but today, Djiboutian women must take their rightful place and move forward with confidence towards their destiny. It is inconceivable today to go back on the hard-won gains. Djiboutian women must move forward. A promising future awaits them. Ladies and gentlemen, together we will continue to fight against all forms of old-fashioned mechanism which consists in setting us against each other, which consists in locking Djiboutian women and men in a sexual power struggle where each imposes its domination on the other. The fight for equality is not a competition between men and women. For everyone, Djibouti is and remains a continuous creation where each citizen counts and contributes to its building. The Djiboutian woman is courageous, combative, aware of her rights, and on this day honoring Djiboutian women, I wish to highlight these brave women who never stop working for the socio-economic inclusion and well-being of their families and the progress of the country. In the end, I would like to express our gratitude to you, Djibouti women, because no one can forget the role played by women during the acquisition of our independence and every time our nation has been shaken since. I would like to thank you for your self-sacrifice, your resilience, and for all the services you render every moment to our entire nation. My dear fellow citizens, I think of you. Long live the Djiboutian women, and happy anniversary to all of you. I thank you.
In addition to the speech of the head of state, the Djiboutian celebrations of the International Women's Day served as usual as the framework for the attributions of a series of prizes, awards, and decorations to several Djiboutians who distinguished themselves in various fields of activities. The honorary social and economic prizes, three prizes traditionally awarded at each edition of the celebration of the International Women's Day in Djibouti. They were respectively awarded this year to Ms. Mariam Ahmed Magare, who was also decorated with the Medal of Commanders of the National Orders of June 27, Ms. Roqia Muhammad Abu Bakr, awarded in the team Young Girls in Technological Innovation, and to the Association's Cooperative Women Initiatives operating in the field of protection and promotions of the environment. Thus, three women pilots, one of them from the Air Force, Yasmin Dahir Ismail, was promoted to the rank of the lieutenant, and two from Air Djibouti, Bilan Dahir Abdi and Hajira Ayuba Bogore, were officially invested in a co-pilot in our national airline. The Djiboutian commemorations of the International Women's Day also included an important animations and cultural components. And for the international scene, Ukraine, a new attempt to evacuate civilians today. The evacuations of the Ukrainian civilians is at the center of the discussions as the war rages on as in Irpin and the suburbs of Kyiv, where the most vulnerable inhabitants are trying to flee. Russia has proposed a new temporary ceasefire, which is due to the start of this year's morning. In recent days, attempts to set up humanitarian corridors have failed, with both sides accusing each other of not respecting the ceasefire. The latest proposals from Moscow was rejected by Kyiv, which does not want humanitarian corridors leading civilians into Russian territory. The third round of negotiations between the two sides ended yesterday with, according to Ukraine, minor progress. We have received some positive results in terms of logistics and of humanitarian corridors. They will be modified and we will receive more effective assistance to people who are currently suffering from the aggressions of the Russian Federation, said Mikhailo Podolak, Ukrainian presidential advisor. As for the key political pace, which includes ceasefires, reconciliations, and an end to hostility. Intensive consultations will continue.
Here we have the end of this news edition. Thank you for watching us. Goodbye.